Hi everyone, today I'm gonna show you how to connect Unity to Git using SourceTree. I tried to show you the quickest and easiest setup, so let's get started. First we need to download SourceTree. It's free. We just need to go to sourcetreeapp.com and hit the download button. While it's downloading, we can quickly configure Unity. It's very simple. You need to click on the Edit tab, select Project Settings, and in Project Settings look for the editor. The editor shows up in the inspector. Here we need to make sure that the version control mode is saying visible meta files and asset serialization is set to force text. And that's it from Unity. It is ready to connect to SourceTree, our version controller. When you finished installing SourceTree, open it and click on Create New Repository and select Create Local Repository from the drop-down. As mentioned previously, I will create a tutorial on remote repository at a later point of time. Okay, so back to creating a local repository. Here you need to make sure that the destination path is pointing to your own Unity project folder, which you would like to start version controlling. For me it's on the desktop. I just chose now for this tutorial a simple puzzle game. The name should be similar to your project name to find it quickly when you have multiple projects running at the same time in SourceTree. Make sure that the type is set to Git and leave the Create Remote Repository checkbox unselected. Okay, now we can hit Create. After we created the local repository, let's open it. As you can see, the layout is quite simple and it shows many unstaged files. These are the files from your selected Unity project and they are unstaged because they are not monitored yet. But also, here are a lot of unnecessary data from your project that doesn't require version management, so we should simply not monitor and ignore them. To make it happen, we will create an ignore list where we list the file types that shouldn't be monitored. To do this on a Mac, open the text edit program, copy-paste the list I have in the description below, and make sure you follow the saving like I show you now, otherwise it can be saved as a rich text file and SourceTree will not read that. Okay, so click Format tab, select Make Plain Text, and then File, Save, and make sure you save it in your previously selected project folder. In my case, it's the folder of the puzzle game. Make sure to name the file .gitignore. The dot in front will make the file invisible. Don't worry about it. Now with this change, we only monitor the relevant files which are required for version management. Okay. You can see that the .gitignore file shows up here at the unstaged files, and also the list itself got much shorter. We cleaned up what needs to be monitored, and that's great. It's time to do our first commit, meaning we save a current snapshot of our project, for which we can come back any point of time if we mess up something in the project later. For this you need to select all unstaged files. Luckily you can do it with one click in the header. As you can see, all your unstaged files now became staged, meaning they are ready for the commit. It is worth also adding a comment to later follow up easier what your commit was about. You can do that at the bottom of the screen. I will type now simply initial commit and that's it. We can click the commit button. Okay, so after we made our first commit, it shows up in the history. You can find it in the left side menu under workspace, and there you go. You can see that we made this initial commit, the date when it happened, who made it, and what files have been committed. But why is it useful for Unity? Let me show you. So if I open up this simple puzzle game project and make some changes like moving a game object from position Y 20 to 10, or simply creating an empty script. Okay, I will name it tutorial. These changes when I save the project will immediately show up in the SourceTree at the file status. So let's also commit these changes I just made. All I have to do is select again unstaged files, add the comment. In this case, now I write tutorial script edit and make the commit. Now you can see in the history that I applied this change, adding the tutorial script after the first initial commit. Like this you can monitor happenings during game development easily. And also, a final little tip is, let's say this test commit is the version that I would like to release to the Play Store. It's worth giving it a special tag, so it's easy to follow up later when you have many updates to your online game, but where have you released it, what are the version numbers, and so on. You can do it by simply clicking the tag on the left side, create a new tag, and it will be given to your latest commit. And there you go. You can see that the current version is now tagged v1. I hope you enjoyed this video. As said, I will create one with remote version control as well. If you are interested, please subscribe, and if you like this video, make sure to give a thumbs up. Thank you and have a nice one.